Yes, our station had it a few days before everybody else. What happened was that Tony received a call on the weekend. He received a tip, and he told me that when he received it, Kara, he couldn't believe it. He almost didn't even call it in to have it confirmed or anything because it just seemed like such an unbelievable story, an unbelievable allegation. But he called the desk, and the desk did some research, and we were able to confirm that and break that story on Saturday night.
And how did you track down Daniel Chong? How did you convince him to talk to you? I know that he and his lawyer talked to you guys before anybody else. That's
right. Well, it was a lot of work. I will say that on we put together some pieces and figured out that the raid was in a university city, which is the campus that was closest to that was UCSD. So we sort of hung out at UCSD for a little while, and figured out that a roommate had reported him missing. It was a missing persons report, and so we were able to track that. We didn't know that the missing person was in fact the person that was stuck at the DEA's office, but we just kind of went down that avenue and tried to check that out. Eventually got some information about the report that was filed, which led us to the students' roommates. We talked to the students' roommates. They said, oh, he's with his attorney, and we kind of knew who this attorney could be, called the attorney, and then we were able to get the one-on-one interview.
The perfect gumshoe and the beauty of a stakeout as well. Now, obviously, what happened to Chong, Rory, was a huge mistake. But the DEA insists that this raid was legit, right?
Right. I don't think it's a question about the raid. First of all, Daniel Chong had gone there on the day before. He was going to visit some friend's house. Now, in their statement, the DEA says, admittedly, he was going there to be high, but Daniel Chong shakes his head no when I asked him about that. So he goes to the house the day before. I guess it's marijuana day or something like that. He spends the night. The next morning, there's a raid. As his lawyer says, he's at the wrong place at the wrong time. So at the raid, they found ecstasy, they found methamphetamine, they found some guns, etc. But according to Daniel Chong's lawyer, Dean Iredale, his client he was not under arrest for possession. He was not under the influence. He wasn't under arrest for anything. He was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. So the raid, allegedly at this point anyway, it went down legitimately, but Daniel Chong was just stuck there at the wrong place, wrong time.
Unbelievable. And just real quickly before we let you go, is he going to go back to school? What's Daniel going to do now?
Well, I will tell you that he told me, his roommates actually told me that he lost a lot of weight. They said, oh, he lost a lot of weight. When I saw Daniel, I said, well, I understand you lost some weight. He said, I lost 15 pounds. He also missed all of his midterms. And, he's a UCSD fifth-year engineering student, which is a big deal. You don't get into the engineering school at UCSD if you're not a pretty smart person. So he missed all of his midterms. He said, that's a setback, but considering what he's been through, not a big deal. But, Kara, I just want to add that when this kid woke up in the hospital, I think that is the part that was he seems to be traumatized by. He wakes up in the hospital. He finds out that he almost died. He almost died, the medical staff tells him, of renal failure. And then they start telling him what happened to him in terms of his medical condition, and he can't believe it. I said, and of course, being a mom, I said, what did your mom say? So my mom came and visited me, and quote unquote, she was horrified at what had happened.